There's a version of your life where you're technically doing everything, but you're not really there for any of it. You're just moving, reacting, surviving. The same commute, the same routine, the same thought. When is this going to slow down? It doesn't. You have to slow it down. So this week, instead of pushing harder, I did something different. I came back to myself. And for me, that always comes back to four things. The first one, and honestly, the one I think we get most backwards, is mental and emotional health. We will meal prep, we will go to the gym, but the inner work, that stays on the back burner. And that's the one that controls everything else. We are the most overstimulated generation in history, always consuming, always reacting, always on. And our minds are paying for it. So, I protect my mornings, meditation, journaling, quiet, before the noise gets in. Every day, I ask myself 3 questions. Who am I? Where am I going? What do I want to accomplish? Simple, but they ground me every single time. Because if you don't have a clear picture of who you're becoming, you will keep being defined by who you were. From there, I came back to my nutrition. Not a reset, not a restriction, just nourishing myself again. What we eat directly affects our cortisol, our energy, our mood, and when life gets loud, it's easy to reach for whatever's fast and convenient, and then wonder why we feel worse an hour later. So I keep it simple. Whole foods, protein, carbs, and fat are macronutrients. Balance. Not perfection, balance. And the little things matter too. I start my mornings with lemon water, but I also still have my coffee. Still enjoy the things I love because balance isn't cutting everything out. It's just making sure that those things aren't the only things you're running on. And then I move my body, not as punishment, not to earn my food or make up for a hard week. Just because movement is one of the few things that consistently brings me back to myself. And I needed that more than anything. There's something that happens when you show up to a workout, even when you don't want to. It's not about the calories burned or the muscles worked. It's about the act of following through on something you said you were going to do. That's quite proof of self-trust. It adds up. I wasn't trying to have a perfect session. I wasn't chasing a PR. I just needed to be me in my body again, moving it intentionally, feeling it respond. Because when life gets heavy, it's easy to feel like things are happening to you. But when you're moving, really moving, there's this shift. You remember that you're not just along for the ride, you are in the driver's seat. Your body carries you through everything. The hard weeks, the slow weeks, the weeks where you're just trying to make it to Friday. The least we can do is show up for it, even when it's just showing up. That's what movement is to me. Not a punishment, not a performance, just me returning to myself. And then, because life is meant to be lived, I made time for the people I love. This one's easy to sacrifice when everything else feels like too much. You tell yourself you'll see them when things slow down, but things don't slow down. You have to choose them the same way you choose everything else you care about. Being around your people, it fills up something that nothing else really can. Building that community, being humans. Hey guys, happy Sunday. This week really for me was more of a reset and anchoring in on the things that make me feel good, both physically and mentally. And I hope that that helped you guys kind of maybe do your own reset on your anchors, or maybe even think about what anchors you, what grounds you, and what makes you feel like back to yourself. I think sometimes it's hard when life is just going and going, especially if you work full time and you have other responsibilities. But I think it is so important to remember what brings you back to you and make time out of your day to do that. Even if it feels like a lot, in the long run, you know it's going to feel better. I have my piece of paper because usually I have this written down on my phone, but or on my laptop, but because I am shooting outside, I don't have my laptop out. I could bring it, whatever. Also, side note, I'm doing my hair mask right now, so that's why my hair is so oily looking. Okay, let's go over our stats. They're not great. Just like gonna tell you straight up. I am at 150. I am up 1.3 pounds. My body fat is at 27.9, so I am up point 0.3. Yep. And then my muscle mass, I am at 101.6. So I'm actually up zero point 0.5 pounds finally. What was easy? My water and my vitamins were easy, and my cardio was actually also easy. I did a lot of walking, not too much running, but that's still cardio. What was hard? Okay, staying in my calories was hard and staying in my deficit. I didn't go like crazy, but I didn't really track, and I wanted this week to be a little more of a tracking week. Um, my protein was also a little bit hard, and I don't know if I would say this was hard, but my exercise was like in the middle. I actually ended up pulling my lower back on, I think Tuesday. I overextended in my hip thrust and I was like getting spasms and everything. Life is really like, we're gonna challenge you. So I actually was not able to go to the gym as much as I would like. Today I finally did upper body and that felt good. But I did miss one workout. And that's the honest truth. I am not the proudest of where I am. But I'm gonna be honest because life happens and I think I need to just realign. And I think this week my habits help, but I don't think I put priority into all of them as much as I needed to in order to truly feel realigned. Anyways, what are your go to habits? Like, help a girl out. Like, what are some things that always ground you and remind you that everything's okay and that you're doing just fine? Because mine helped me, but I would love to hear like what everybody else like does, you know? Maybe some of them are like mine, maybe some of them are a little different, but let me know. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for being here through the ups, the downs, the sideways, and everything else. I am excited for next week. Um, I'm excited to pivot and to, I don't want to say restart because I did say like this is, I don't want to keep restarting, but I can't think of a better word because I do want it to be like a restart. I want it to be like a clean slate. I want it to be like, okay, refresh, reset, let's go, you know? All right. I will see you next week.